Hi students, welcome to physics class. Today we are going to discuss some important numericals. Now see, first numerical. The oxygen molecule has a mass of 5.30 into 10 to the power of minus 26 kg and a moment of inertia of 1.94 into 10 to the power of minus 46 kg meter square about an axis through its center perpendicular to the line joining the two atoms. Suppose the mean speed of such a molecule in a gas is 500 meter per second and that its kinetic energy of rotation is 2/3 of its kinetic energy of translation. Now find the average angular velocity of the molecule. This is the question. Now observe the question once again. Now I am going to solve. Now given m is equal 5.30 into 10 to the power of minus 26 kg. I is equal 1.94 into 10 to the power of minus 46 kg. Now velocity v is equal 500 meter per second. Now take oxygen. It is m by 2. It is also m by 2. Now cut exactly at its center. Now it is r by 2. It is also r by 2. Sorry, this is a diameter. If it is diameter, obviously it is radius. It is also radius. Now if m by 2 is mass of each atom, of oxygen and 2r is a distance between two atoms. Therefore, moment of inertia I is equal mr square by 2 plus mr square by 2. Therefore, I is equal mr square. R is equal root I by m. That gives root of 1.94 into 10 to the power of minus 46 whole by 5.30 into 10 to the power of minus 26. Therefore, R is equal 0.61 into 10 to the power of minus 10 meters. Since kinetic energy of rotation is equal to 2 by 3 kinetic energy of translation is equal to 2 by 3 of translation. Therefore, 1 by 2 I omega square is equal to 2 by 3 into what is the kinetic energy of translation? 1 by 2 mv square. Therefore, 1 by 2 I omega square is equal to 2 by 3 into 1 by 2 into mv square. Therefore, 1 by 2 I omega square is equal to 1 by 3 mv square. Therefore, 1 by 2 mr square is equal to into omega square is equal to 1 by 3 mv square. Therefore, r square omega square is equal to 2 by 3 v square. Now, omega square is equal to 2 by 3 v square by r square. Therefore, omega is equal root of 2 by 3 v square by r square. Therefore, omega is equal root 2 by 3 into v by r. That gives root 2 by 3 into 500 whole by 0.61 into 10 to the power of minus 10. Therefore, omega is equal 6.7 into 10 to the power of 12 radian per second. So, we already derived angular velocity or angular frequency, that is omega is equal 6.7 into 10 to the power of 12 radian per second. We have to solve the numerical like that. Now we are going to discuss numerical number 2. Now see, we are going to discuss numerical number 2. Two discs of moment of inertia I1 and I2 about their respective axes and rotating with angular speed omega 1 and omega 2 are brought into contact face to face with their axis of rotation coincident. Now calculate point number 1, angular speed of the two disk system. Point number 2, show that kinetic energy of the combined system is less than the sum of the initial kinetic energies of the two disks. How do you account for this loss of energy? Take omega 1 not equal to omega 2. Now we are going to solve the numerical number 2 solution. Now take, it is a disk, take another disk. Here it's a momentum of inertia I1, it's a momentum of inertia I2, its angular velocity or angular speed omega 1, its angular velocity or angular speed omega 2. Consider this is the disk number 1. Consider this is disk number 2. Now its momentum of inertia is omega, its rotational momentum of rotational kinetic energy is 1 by 2 I1 omega 1 square. The second disk rotational kinetic energy is 1 by 2 I2 omega 2 square. Here angular momentum L1 is equal to I1 omega 1 plus I2 omega 2. And kinetic energy E1 is equal to 1 by 2, which kinetic energy? Rotational kinetic energy. 1 by 2 I1 omega 1 square plus 1 by 2 I2 omega 2 square. Now take a disk, these two are associated. In this case omega is equal to question mark. Now here L2 is equal to I1 omega plus I2 omega. Therefore L2 is equal to omega into I1 plus I2, and rotational kinetic energy is equal to 1 by 2 into omega into I1 plus I2. 1 by 2 omega square into I1 plus I2. Now go for the step by step. Therefore total initial angular momentum of the two disc is given by L1 is equal to I1 omega 1 plus I2 omega 2. Consider equation number 1. If omega is angular speed of combined system, the final angular momentum of the two disc is given by that is L2 is equal I1 plus I2 into omega square. Equation number 2. So L2 is equal I1 plus I2 into omega. Consider equation number 2. Since external torque is 0, since the external torque is 0, that is torque tau is equal 0. Once tau is equal 0, L1 is equal L2. Once again I am repeating, since external torque is 0, that means tau is equal 0. If tau is equal 0, L1 is equal L2. Therefore, I1 omega 1 plus I2 omega 2 is equal to I1 plus I2 into omega. Therefore, omega is equal to I1 omega 1 plus I2 omega 2 whole by I1 plus I2. Consider equation number 3. This is about bit A, that is angular speed of the two disk system. Omega is equal I1 omega 1 plus I2 omega 2 by I1 plus I2. Now we are going to solve kinetic energy. Now point number B. Initial kinetic energy of two bodies E1 is equal to 1 by 2 I1 omega 1 square plus 1 by 2 I2 omega 2 square. Equation number 4. Now final kinetic energy of the system is E2 is equal 1 by 2 I1 plus I2 into omega square. This is equation number 5. Now equation 3 in equation number 5. Therefore E2 is equal 1 by 2 into I1 plus I2 into I1 omega 1 plus I2 omega 2 whole by I1 plus I2 into whole square. Once again I am repeating this point. E2 is equal to 1 by 2 into I1 plus I2 into what is omega square? Omega square I1 omega 1 plus I2 omega 2 by I1 plus I2 whole square. Therefore E2 is equal to I1 omega 1 plus I2 omega 2 whole by 2 into I1 plus I2, here square. Consider equation number 6. Once again E2 is equal I1 omega 1 plus I2 omega 2 whole square whole by 2 into I1 plus I2. Consider this is equation number 6. Now E1 minus E2 is equal to 1 by 2 I1 omega 1 square plus 1 by 2 I2 omega 2 square minus I1 omega 1 plus I2 omega 2 whole square whole by 2 into I1 plus I2, that is equal to 1 by 2 taken as common. Now take LCM is I1 I2 for both. LCM is I1 plus I2. Here what we will get? I1 omega 1 square I1 plus I2 plus I2 omega 2 into I1 plus I2 minus of I1 omega 1 plus I2 omega 2 whole square. Now take minus inside, so we will get, therefore E1 minus E2 is equal to 1 by 2 into I1 square omega 1 square plus I1 I2 omega 1 square plus I1 I2 omega 2 square plus I2 square omega 2 square minus I1 square omega 1 square minus I2 square omega 2 square whole by I1 plus I2. Here minus A square minus B square minus 2ABC, that means minus 2 I1 I2 omega 1 omega 2 whole by, now whole by I1 plus I2. Now tell me which physical quantity is going to be cancelled? That is E1 minus E2 is equal to 1 by 2 into I1 I2 omega 1 square plus I1 I2 omega 2 square minus 2 into I1 I2 omega 1 omega 2 whole by I1 plus I2. Therefore, E1 minus E2 is equal to 1 by 2 into I1 I2 into omega 1 square plus omega 2 square minus 2 omega 1 omega 2 whole by I1 plus I2, that is equal to 1 by 2 into I1 I2 into omega 1 minus omega 2 whole square, because a minus b whole square whole by I1 plus I2, that gives I1 I2 into omega 1 minus omega 2 whole square by 2 into I1 plus I2. This is nothing but E1 minus E2 or energies difference. Now which is positive quantity, that is greater than 0. Therefore, E1 minus E2 greater than 0. Therefore, E1 greater than E2. Hence, there is a loss of energy. That is E2 minus E1. Therefore, E2 minus E1 this loss must be due to friction in the contact of the two discs. My students, This is about two numericals. I hope you understood this numerical. Thank you very much for watching this video.